Guys, 2 weeks after arriving in a new country, I got robbed. Like it was mind blowing, yeah. Welcome back to my channel. It's Valentina. So today I'm going to be doing a story time video. This story time is going to be about when I got robbed when I moved into a new country. All right, so stay tuned. Guys, 2 weeks after arriving in a new country, I got robbed. It was mind blowing, yeah. It was crazy. Okay, let me just back up and start from the beginning, yeah? So this is me leaving Nigeria and coming to a foreign country to start my whole life in university all over again. And obviously, I had to get an apartment before I came to the country, yeah? So while I was paying for this apartment, I didn't even know the area where I was getting an apartment in. I didn't know if it was a safe place. I didn't know what it looked like. I didn't know the environment. Obviously, it's a new country to me, all right? And I asked the school, guys, this place you are getting for me, I hope it's safe. They're like, oh, it's safe, it's close to the road. I'm like, there's nothing that can happen. Obviously, I'm a foreigner, so I paid for the shit, all right? I paid for it. Sorry, I paid for it. So, only for me to arrive at this country, first 1 week, awesome, no problem at all. My landlord was great, his wife was great. In fact, they always brought cakes and snacks and stuff for us all the time. It was me and my 2 roommates that were living in that apartment. It was a 3-bedroom apartment, yeah. It was all fun and games the first 1 week, yeah. Then after the second week, guys, after the second week, oh my god. So we all went to bed, yeah. And before I went to bed, I don't know, for some reason I went to the kitchen and I charged my phone there. I think that was the only place that had the socket that could charge my phone. So I charged my phone in the kitchen, then I went to my room. So because I charged my phone in the kitchen, I forgot to lock my door, because on a normal day I always lock my door. Then my roommates, alright, were also sleeping. One slept in this living room because I think she was studying or something, while the other one slept in her room. But the one that slept in her room had a door connecting to the outside. In fact, I don't know how it all went down. All I know is that I was asleep in my room at about 4 a.m. And I'm a very light sleeper. Okay, obviously you don't know. But I'm a very light sleeper, yeah? And it's let's just say if I'm sleeping and I feel there's this, I don't know if it happens to other people, but I can feel when there's a presence around me, something like that, all right? So it was 4 a.m. and I felt a presence around me, and I opened my eyes. Lo and behold, there was a man standing in front of me with his face covered. I don't know if he was holding a weapon. I don't know what he was holding, but he had one of his hands in his shirt. And this guy is looking straight at me, and he goes where your phone? Where your phone? I thought I was dreaming. No joke, I thought I was dreaming, yeah? I decided to close my eyes and try to go back to sleep because I thought I was dreaming. So this is me closing my eyes for 5 seconds. Then I hear it again. Where your phone? Where your phone? I was oh my goodness, this is freaking real. I didn't know whether to laugh, cry, scream, but it was I was paralyzed at that moment, really paralyzed. I couldn't even speak. I couldn't move because, all right, the crazy part about my night that particular day was that I was not wearing anything under my blanket. I don't know why I decided to sleep without wearing anything under my blanket that night. So this was just me lying naked under my blanket, and I'm looking at this guy. No offense to the guy, well, he robbed me, so whatever. This guy looked like he had every disease you could think of. Like, I don't know if he was a like roadside robber. I don't know what kind of armed robber he was, but he looked like if he touched me, I probably would have committed suicide or something. I don't know, but this guy looked like he had every disease in the world. Like so many thoughts were crossing through my mind. What if this guy touches me? What if I scream and he stabs me? Like, I didn't know what to do. All I kept on hearing was, where your phone? Where your laptop? Where your stuff? I was just speechless. I was in shock. That was the first time I had come into contact with an actual robber right in front of me. You know, it's not like I've not met robbers before. Okay, I've not like met them. Let's say I'd seen them from afar and like we turned around and started driving the other way. We didn't like, this was my first actual contact, like live in front of me with a robber. Like, I just became speechless. I didn't know what to say. And this guy kept on screaming at me. And probably because I didn't answer him, he took my laptop. He was probably such a petty robber because he took all my perfumes. Took my perfumes, took my creams, took my laptop bag, took everything he could lay his hand on. Took my school bag, money inside. Then, I don't know if he was working alone, but he also went to other rooms, took the laptops and phones of my housemates. All right, so luckily for me, yeah, immediately he left. Like, luckily for me, he didn't touch me. Thank God. Luckily for me, he didn't touch me. So immediately he left. It was like all the courage came back. I could speak. I ran to my door and I locked it. Yeah, immediately I locked it and I wore something. I don't know if I prayed. I don't know what I did at that moment, but after that, like, courage came to me. Then I came out of the house. I went to check on my housemates. I woke them up. I told them that we just got robbed. Literally, they slept through the whole thing. I had a housemate, Akosia, if you're listening to me, I hope you're hearing this. She was sleeping with her phone in her hand. And the guy took the phone from her hand and she was still sleeping. I was like, wow, babes, we just got robbed. And they're like, oh my God, when did this happen? How did this happen? All I could say was that let's go to my room. Like, I told them to pack whatever valuable they still had left somewhere and we should go to my room, all right? Then I went to the kitchen to see if the guy went there to take my phone. Lo and behold, luckily for me, he didn't take my phone from the kitchen. He probably thought, obviously, there won't be any device in the kitchen. So, plus I didn't answer him when he was like, where your phone? So, I went to the kitchen, my phone was still there. This was like maybe 5 a.m.-ish, 5:30-ish. Then it was me and my two housemates. We were now in my room. I locked the door. Then I started calling my landlord because my landlord lived just right upstairs. I was calling my landlord. He wasn't picking up. And this landlord, before we moved in, we said, this area doesn't look safe. He told us, nothing can happen to you. I have a gun. If anybody should come here, like, I'm going to shoot their brains out, you know, this kind of thing. You know, we kind of felt safe and everything. But I was calling this man by 5:30 a.m. Nothing. Oh my God, we were so scared because we heard that, like, these robbers, when they rob you, if they don't kill you, like, usually if they rob you, they have to kill you because they feel you might recognize them and you go report to the police. So we felt the guy was going to come back, so we kept on calling and this man wasn't picking. Like, I don't know if I called my roommates to my room because I had courage or because I was scared and didn't want to be alone anymore, but whatever. We all stayed in my room together with all our valuables and we locked the door and we were there praying that the guy wouldn't come back. We were there wide awake till like 7 a.m. We kept on calling the landlord. We called to no avail. Then by like 8 a.m., my landlord finally came down. He was like, oh wow, I just got your message. Are you guys okay? We told him we got robbed. And we were trying to call him. There was this conspiracy theory, like, we suspected my landlord has something to do with the robber because we were like, how did the guy get into the house? All the doors were locked. And at some point, one of my housemates were looking for their keys, like a key to the house. And there was no sign of a break-in. It was like the person literally opened the door and walked in and walked out. You understand? So anyway, that's something we never actually got to solve. All right, so yeah, the whole crazy part of this story was this happened 2 weeks after my arrival to a new country. You could imagine, like, when I called my parents to tell them about it, it was like, okay, pack your things, you're coming back home. I was freaking scared. Even me myself, I wanted to go back home because I'm like, this will happen to me in just 2 weeks of arriving. What's going to happen to me? And I have to spend like 3 years in this country. I was like, okay, no, I can't do this. Only for us to still remain in the house. Like that morning, the police came, took our reports, took everything, asked us to describe the robber, but I was the only one who saw him. But apparently, I described what I could describe, but that wasn't of any help at all. At all. Anyway, we were still in the house around like 9-ish. Then my landlord's son comes to the house and goes like, "Oh, you guys are still okay." Well, they usually kill their the people they robbed, so it's good that you guys are still alive. And if they don't kill you, they'll probably come back for you. Immediately we heard that same morning, that same day, we packed our things and left the house. Like it was crazy. We didn't even care that we just paid a new month's rent. We didn't care about any of those things at all. All that was in our mind were, we are foreigners, we are new, we've not even been here for up to a month. We can't let shit happen to us. So we packed our things and that's how we left the house. So guys, if you're moving to a foreign place that you've never been to before, ask your questions. Find out about the area, because like, I don't know, it was God. What if something had happened to me 2 weeks into my arrival? Like, that would have been, I don't know, I don't even want to think about it right now. Yeah, but like, do your research. Like, don't be like me. Do your research. Find out about the place you're going to stay. All right. And hope you liked my story. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, click the post notification box, and see you next time. Bye.